What's up, guys? Bree with Fight Bananas here. I answered some fan Q&A on my podcast, Bree Talks MMA. So go check that out if you haven't already, and go to my Instagram at bree.eckert where you can find more of my content. Here's a quick take from my podcast, digging into some Q&A from our fans at Fight Bananas. Enjoy. I had a question from a fan. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. A Fight Bananas fan. Monica Vitello asked, who wins Khamzat Chimaev versus Israel Adesanya? Gosh. Oh, I do not want to predict this fight. That's a great question, honestly. Because who knows? We could see that fight happen. We very well could. I think if Khamzat beats Costa, I think he's going to call for a title shot. So I think he's going to call for that Sean Strickland matchup, which I think... I don't know. What's a tougher matchup for Khamzat? Sean Strickland or Israel Adesanya? I don't know. I would say probably Israel is the tougher matchup for him. I think, I don't know. The thing about Khamzat is if you look at his past opponents, a lot of them have aged well. You know, a lot of them, they won their fight after even getting knocked out, finished, beat by Khamzat. You know, saw Gilbert Burns go on a nice little streak there for a second. And some other guys that he's fought even before the UFC, like Aliskerov, who now is in the UFC. So I think Khamzat has a ton of skill. He's terrifying, very aggressive, lots of pressure. So I do lean toward Khamzat a little bit in that fight. And I would have even said that before the Sean Strickland fight. I just never thought that Khamzat versus Adesanya would come to fruition. So it was something I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into as far as like the matchup goes and just their styles. I do think that Adesanya... after seeing him with, you know, Pereira and seeing him with Sean Strickland, you know, especially with Strickland just applying that pressure and kind of controlling the octagon, that does make me worry about the Khamzat matchup and potentially seeing Adesanya on his heels again, you know, and possibly getting finished. You know, could we possibly see Israel Adesanya get finished by Khamzat Chimaev? I think we could. And the other thing, not only the pressure and not only the aggressiveness of Khamzat, but I was saying the same thing about Sean. It's just the variety of attacks that he has at his disposal. He's got a ton of different ways that he could potentially beat Adesanya. You know, we thought it was impossible for Sean to beat Adesanya on the feet, and he proved to us that it is possible. You know, to stand toe to toe with Adesanya and beat him in a 5-round decision, pretty much dominate every single round on the feet without having to use any wrestling. Khamzat sees that and he's thinking, oh, well, man, I got this in the bag. Let's go. You know, let's get in there. So I think Sean gave Khamzat a more clear path to victory where it's like, oh, I don't even have to wrestle this guy. I could beat him on the feet potentially, just using that aggressiveness, his power. You know, we've seen Israel Adesanya hurt now from Sean Strickland, which other than that last-minute knockout from Pereira, we really have never seen Adesanya face that kind of adversity. So I don't know. I think Khamzat might be able to beat him. I really do. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. I mean, he had a tough fight with Gilbert Burns, who really is more of a grappler, but has really good striking too. I think a lot of people forget, just because Gilbert is such a high-level black belt in jiu-jitsu, we forget his striking is just really, really good. I mean, we saw what he did to Masvidal. So, I don't know. I think it's an interesting fight. I do lean a little bit towards Khamzat in that after seeing the Sean Strickland fight. I really do. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see.